Welcome to the Mindset for Success show. I'm Temia Brinson, your host, and I'm so excited about the show tonight because we have a special guest. Tonight we have Dr. Cree. She is a board certified family medicine physician. Okay, Dr. Cree, tell me a little bit about yourself because I know you're from Alabama. You are a family medicine physician.
hmm So yes, I'm a board certified family medicine physician. I've been in practice for the last 8 years. And I am from rural Alabama, very, very small town. But I was like 5 goes west, and I went to Atlanta to Spelman College
Oh,
for undergrad, and I went to Kansas City for medical school, and then I ended up coming back home to Birmingham, which is about an hour from my parents. So I'm close enough to home, but I'm not at home. So I've been here
right,
and been in practice and absolutely love educating the community because I feel like when we know better, we can do better.
right. Okay, so I want to go over dealing with coronavirus. How or what do you do, like if you get tested positive?
Okay. So first things first is I think that now that we're kind of in our new normal, kids are back at school, sports is going on. We tend to kind of forget that coronavirus is still a thing. I want to say very much so. It's still a thing. People are still dying. People are still getting admitted to the hospitals. So the big thing is first you have to be reminded of the symptoms. So let's just review those symptoms. A fever, which is a temperature of greater than 100.4. This doesn't count, okay? To me, tell everybody. You know how your
Okay.
mom be like, oh, you got a fever. You feel warm. No, ma'am. So in months ago, we couldn't even get thermometers because
Mhm.
they were just bought off the shelves. So
Yeah,
if you don't have one at home, make sure to get a thermometer. So if you're starting to feel bad, you can actually check it. So when you call your doctor and say, I don't feel good, you can have objective findings to say, well, yes, I legit have a fever, or other than I just feel warm. So
right,
it's a temperature greater than 100.4, a new cough. Let's talk about a new cough because the seasons are changing. In
right.
Alabama, it's 55 degrees or 60 degrees in the morning, and it might be 85 degrees in the evening. So I got all
Wow.
these coats here because I'm coming to work with a coat on and I leave
Hmm.
without a coat, kind of thing.
Right.
So if you have a cough during this time, like the weather changes and you usually cough in the fall or you usually cough in the spring, that's not considered anything new. So if you have a
Okay.
new cough, if you're short of breath, and you're like, yeah, I can't really catch my breath, those are new things that you need to alarm your doctor about urgently. So making sure that you have on your refrigerator already, this is the number to our doctor's office. If you
Hmm.
don't have a primary care doctor in your area, go get one. Make sure that you're connected with someone because this isn't a time to say, I need to just go and sit in the emergency room or sit in the urgent care. If you
Mm.
have someone that you can connect to that knows you, they say, oh, Tamia, we're going to get you straight. We know that you have asthma. We know that you're high risk. Here we go. Hurry up. So if you
Right.
feel like you've been exposed to the coronavirus and you have different symptoms, and some symptoms can be one as well. You can feel like you have a GI bug, like watery, diffuse diarrhea, like
Right.
it's just water. So any
Hmm.
of those symptoms come into play, call your doctor. A lot of doctors aren't necessarily tested in their office. You may have to go to a testing site.
Oh,
So
okay. All
we
right.
at our office we're not testing. We're doing virtual school here plus seeing patients. So we already
Hmm.
got little people around. So we're like, okay, we're gonna send everybody to the testing site.
Okay.
And in the area there are probably tons of them at this point. And then
Hmm.
once you go get tested, here's the big point: stay at home until you get your results. So if
Oh,
I if
okay.
I was with you and you exposed me, I
Hmm.
need to stay at home until I 100% know if we have it or if we don't. So
Right.
that's a lot of how it continues to spread. Is I was exposed, but I had no symptoms, so I kept on going to work. I kept on going to church. I kept on doing
Yeah.
whatever,
While you could be exposing other people in the
and you're
meantime.
exposing someone else. because you can have absolutely no symptoms and still have the virus.
Right.
So if you get tested, go home, stay at home until you absolutely have your negative. So that's a huge point that I think that we're omitting, that, a lot of concessions that were going on early on, employers were being lenient. They had all this unemployment going on. Now everybody's like, no ma'am, no sir, this is our new normal, figure it out. So make sure that you cover yourself, cover your employee, your employer and your coworkers, cover your kids, just stay at home. I know there was a lot, so.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll be right back right after this break.
But I need some kind of security. At least don't let me.
Lord, I need you.
Through all the hard times, through my bad days, I know you're with me, Lord. You'll never run away, you'll never leave me, Lord. You'll never pass me by, no matter how tough it gets. I know that you're by my side. I need you, I need you, I need you, Lord. I need you, I need you, I need you. That's right. I need you, Lord. I need you, I need you. That's right. I need you, Lord. I need you every day. Thank you for waking me up and starting me on my way. Cause you didn't have to do it, but I'm glad you did, Lord. Another day for me, my wife, also my kids, Lord. And keep us safe from harm. Keep us safe in your arms. The world is getting crazy, but be ye transformed. The renewing of your mind. My mind has been renewed. Don't put no trust in man, I put my trust in you. Turn on the news, it's trouble. Trouble on every hand. It's time we make a vow. It's time we take a stand. The last days we live in. It's time to pay attention. Pour out your spirit on me. Dear Lord, give me a vision. Open my eyes to see so I can understand. Give me a word to speak so they can hear your plan. You said you'll never leave me. Lord, never forsake me. So through my darkest hour, I got faith I can make it. Hard times, through my bad days, I know you're with me, Lord. You'll never run away. You'll never leave me, Lord. You'll never pass me by, no matter how tough it gets. I know that you're by my side. I need you, I need you, I need you, Lord. I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you, Lord. I need you, I need you. Oh, magnify the Lord, let us exalt his name. I sought the Lord, he heard me, sheltered me from the rain. What would I do without you? How could I dare complain? When things aren't going right, I just call on your name. And there you are to save me, rescue me from my pain. Through trials and tribulations, you still remain the same. Your thoughts are not my thoughts, your ways are not my ways. Far as the heavens are higher than earth, so are your ways. Plead my cause, Lord, with them who strive with me and fight against my foes who try to fight against me. The only hope we have, I put my trust in you. You all we need, Lord, in everything we do. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Impossible is possible if you only believe. Death and life are in the power of your own tongue. That's right. Be careful what you say. You just might get it wrong. Hard times, through my bad days.
Why aren't you voting?
When you vote, you can do something about everything. At voteforyourlife.com, it's never been faster or easier to make a plan to vote.
Time is running out, but you still have the chance to use your power.
Check your registration and make sure your address on file is correct.
Find your state's deadlines, learn about local candidates, and request a ballot.
You'll be able to see where candidates stand on issues you care about.
Order a ballot request form to be mailed to you with prepaid postage,
allowing you to vote early, easily, and safely.
Make a plan to vote early by finding your nearest ballot drop box, in-person polling place, or local mailbox.
And this is where you rise, this is where you shine, this is where you become the greatest of all time. History in the making.
Vote for your life.
And now, let's continue with our discussion. Is there any supplements that we should be taking just to, build up our immune system?
Yes, so there have been recently we've had more studies to come out in support of vitamin D. Oftentimes, as people of color, our vitamin D levels are suboptimal anyway. So that's a vitamin that we should already be on. So vitamin D is very important. But I want you to know that vitamin D isn't a lab that is usually routinely checked when you go into the doctor. It would be one that you have to ask for because a lot of insurance companies don't cover it. So you may have to get your level. You need to ask for it to be drawn. But we need vitamin D. We need vitamin C. That is like, you hear about your oranges and you hear about your citrus fruits, but you need a good dose of vitamin C every single day, and you need zinc. So those three are the mainstay vitamins that I have my family on. I have a 6-year-old, and even she takes her vitamins as well. So
there's vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc.
Vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. So make sure to go and get those.
Okay, now in one of your videos, because I perused all of your stuff on Facebook, you guys go on Facebook and look up Dr. Cree. The word doctor is spelled out. Yeah. So it's DOCTOR, Cree, KRE. Look up on Facebook. She has a ton of material that can help you. Yeah. Yes. So in one of your videos, you mentioned melatonin. Is there a reason for melatonin? I know, people say that your body heals itself while asleep. Well, what's the reason for the melatonin?
So melatonin, they found some in other countries. That's a part of the protocol. They say make sure you're getting a little low dose of that melatonin. It helps with, kind of doing its own thing. As you sleep at night, your body gets to rejuvenate. So get a little bit of melatonin in your system as well. So yes, vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, and melatonin. And actually, Yale and a lot of the higher institutions have come out with a protocol for prevention, and melatonin is on there as well. It's not the 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams, just a low dose of it to get your body to get that rest that it needs so it can rejuvenate and do all get the inflammatory properties. If anything is starting to get in there, rest takes care of a whole lot. But we're out here running in the streets, we forget the rest. Forget the rest, so that gives your body a little bit, a little of that as well. So I suggest it. It's not going to hurt you because it allows you to get your normal circadian rhythm intact. So you just take that and add it to your regimen as well.
Okay, now that leads into sleep, because you mentioned also something about sleeping on your stomach, because personally I sleep on my back.
On your back, right.
And when I heard you, I was like, really? What?
Yes.
So what's the reason for on your stomach?
So it's called prone sleeping, PRONE. So they found that if people who have the coronavirus that's affecting their lungs, so say for instance, even if you can treat it at home, your oxygen levels are good. Oh, that reminds me of the other supplies that you need to get a pulse oximetry that goes on your finger, and it gives you your oxygen level. So we want that number to be more than 90. So when you call the doctor, you can say, I was exposed to it. I'm coughing. I lost my sense of smell. my temperature is 102, and my oxygen number is 89. So they'll know like, oh gosh, that's to be alarmed. So anyway, so if your oxygen level is going down, if you're coughing a lot, for some reason the people get worse symptoms at night. So you hear these stories of everyone saying that I did fine in the daytime, but I was scared to lay down at night.
Yeah.
And so when you lay on your back, your lungs are getting as oxygenated as well as it can be. So laying that person down allows the oxygen to get to the bottom of the lungs, allows you to get the oxygen in that you need. So even if you're not a stomach sleeper, if you get the virus, if you get exposed, go ahead on and start sleeping on your stomach so that you can get the kind of oxygen that you need to your lungs to prevent you from getting pneumonia, preventing you from getting even more sick in the progression of the coronavirus.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know what was the reason for that because I was like, oh, that's interesting. So now I'm going to have to practice that just in case.
Yes, just in case. So try it to make sure you can breathe. That way if you have to be in that situation, you're like, I can do this.
We'll be right back right after this break. A little over a year ago, I was let go from my job after being there for 17 and a half years. I was looking for employment and had back-to-back interviews. Little did I know, my entire employment file was frozen and no one was able to verify my previous employment. So while I was trying to get that straightened out, I got my mortgage license. But guess what? That wasn't enough. So one day, a pastor friend of mine told me about making money on the stock market. I researched it, found teachers and people on YouTube to explain everything, and finally, I gave it a try. My first trade, I made $400, and then I got better the more and more I started trading. I got to the point where I'm making almost the same amounts that I was making when I was on the job. Now I'm buying a new car and still paying my bills, all while trading stocks for a living. I am what is called a swing trader. I remember while on my previous job that I would be saying to my coworkers and to God that I wanted to work for myself so I could free up my time and do what God called me to do. Little did I know that God was listening in on the conversation and working to fulfill that dream. I want to give you the opportunity to have the same financial knowledge. So let me encourage you to become a member, a mindset for success. Become a VIP or a professional member, because when you have those memberships, you will be able to follow my journey. I will have videos showing you how I do trades. You will have access to certain trades that I make. You will also see what I'm doing and also see the strategies that I put in place. So again, go ahead and join and sign up. You have to be either a VIP or a professional member to gain access. So go ahead and do that today.
Even though there is so much against us,
you will see me choose to protect myself and my community from the coronavirus by wearing a face covering.
Because it's going to take all of us thinking about one another.
And even with my face covered, you will see me.
You will see me as a mother, a wife, a friend.
As an athlete who gave everything to the game I love.
As a father, leading by example.
As a sister.
An entertainer.
As a champion for my people.
You will see me finding a light in a dark time.
To unlock our creativity and push our craft.
You will see me demanding the space to tell the stories that matter.
As a man who knows that tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Join us in wearing a face covering to help stop the spread of the coronavirus.
Because covering your face is one small act of kindness that has the power to bring us together.
And now, let's continue with our discussion. Okay, and then also you said something about exercise. I didn't know how does that help, because I know it's good for weight loss,
It's good for weight loss. But the exercise also helps your body to, you get these endorphins and you get all of these extra good things coming to you when you exercise. It makes me think my grandmother would say as a teenager, don't lay in the bed because the bed will take your strength. If you lay, you just laying down all the time, the bed will take your strength. And there is some truth to that. If those people that lay down, if you're just laying down while you're ill, you're more risk for getting blood clots. And people with coronavirus are being shown to have little blood clots everywhere in their lungs, in their legs, all over. So they're clotting, more frequently. But if you can get up and exercise, one, that prevents prevents the level of clots that you can get, blood clots that is, and it also that helps your body to say, hey, we're fighting. You're doing something on your end to say, I'm not going to let this keep me down. I'm not going to let this, it may just be getting up, walking to the mailbox every day, because it does take your stamina down. It does give you a lot of fatigue, and it can affect your heart as well. So we saw that. I don't know if you saw in the news recently, they said that in the Big Ten, they tested the football players' hearts of the ones that were positive for the coronavirus. And it showed that a third of those football players had heart issues that were related to the coronavirus. So now I'm going back and telling my patients, oh, you were positive, you were sick just a little bit, but still go get your heart checked out. Right. Still go get, so we're learning so much about it that we have to add on, to say, well, don't forget to watch out about this, watch your lungs, watch your heart. It's really doing a number on your body, and you may not even realize it. Wow.
So, and you also, this is the last point, you also said something about staying hydrated. So the fatigueness is that, I guess it drains you so much that you need to keep watering your body.
And yes, so because they lose their the sense of smell and a sense of taste. So another mechanism of action of fighting is nutrition. So if if you get in the hospital and you get malnourished, that makes you prone for bed sores. That makes you prone for, just not being able to recover. If you get a little cut and you don't have the nutrition you need, it may take you longer to heal. Same thing with inside of your body. If you're not nourished right, so especially those people that are diabetics, especially just anyone, if you get into the situation where you're like, I can't taste, so I don't feel like eating, even if that's bone broth, even if there's chicken broth, hydrate, because those are the things that you can do. Taking your vitamins, taking your supplements, getting out there, trying to exercise, even if that's in your house, and staying hydrated so that you're doing your part to try and fight the disease that is running rampant. It's doing whatever it wants to do, but we're doing our part to try and hold off on it, as much as we can by doing those things.
One of the points that I had, what I'm curious about, first of all, how do you feel about masks, wearing masks? What is it actually? Is it effective or?
I think that masks are effective. Plus, you have to do the 6 feet. So I think nowadays we have what's called COVID fatigue, where you're just over it. You're like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be wiping these my groceries off. I don't feel like it, so I'm not doing it. I know I'm supposed to be wearing this mask. I know I'm supposed to be washing my hands, but I'm over it. So it is a legitimate, place that we get to mentally, where we're like, we make it out to be not as bad as it is, because we just, went over it. But yes, wear our mask. Make sure that you're wearing the mask right. You see, if your mask is like this part goes up, and then make sure it's covering your nose and your mouth.
That's good, because I see a lot of, when I go to grocery stores and places, I see people have it just below the nose.
Right. If they sneeze like this, snot can still get, out of there. So making sure that we have it here, and not here, and not here, being down under our, chin or whatever. And so, yes, there is some legitimacy to it, but make sure that we're wearing them correctly. And to teach our kids, if your kids are, in the van or whatever, they're going out and they're not going to be with you, I challenge you to say, hey, grab your mask while you're just around the house and practice wearing it so you can watch them. My baby's sick. She
Right.
said, I can't wear a mask all day. I said, well, you get to stay here with us all day because thank you for letting us know you can't. So especially if you have bigger kids, watch them do it and let them know that this is not right. All of that, I
Right.
can't breathe with it. Maybe you have allergies. Maybe you need to use a nose spray so you can, open your nasal passages well.
Right.
But a surgeon, just think about a heart surgeon or any surgeon. He wears this all day long.
Wow.
Surgery, and they don't die. Their brain cells don't, get messed up. They're super smart. You know what I'm saying? They have to be smart, but they're in a mask all day long. If they can do it, we can do it while we're out and about.
Okay. Now, what do you feel about going out in public? And right now, me personally, I eat outside. So because I don't really know the science of, how broad it is, how broad spread. Some people say it's airborne, so I don't know. But
Right.
how do you feel about eating inside of the restaurants or being inside of, going shopping or whatever?
So it still makes me pretty nervous about the eating inside of a restaurant. In the 7 months, we've only eaten inside once, and they really had it where we were sitting here and the other person was like way on the other side of the room. They really had social distancing, because I'm like, what about air conditioners? If you are someone that's sitting near air conditioner and you have to be without your mask to eat and you cough and it gets in the air, it's coming in my
AC
table.
circulates?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It can't just because it's spit, it's like it's here it comes. So I think that eating outside is appropriate. If you have to go into stores and shop, keep your hand sanitizer close and wear your mask. I've been shopping and have felt very comfortable because now they're not letting you try on clothes. That kind of thing. So that makes it where you at least get it home, wash it again to be safe. But I think eating outside is a better choice, or getting it and taking it home, putting it in your containers and eating at home to be. That's probably the most safest way.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, Dr. Cree, I thank you very much. You have a wealth of knowledge, and it's something we can very much use in this pandemic. And I'm so glad you came on.
Thank you for having me. I want to share with your audience, if I can, that I do this week. I've launched my own supplement line. So we do have vitamin C there. We have vitamin D on there. We have melatonin. And they can go to my practice website, www.brownstonehealthcare.com/shop, and they'll see the supplements there. We have tons of them. And if you have any questions, send me a message on the Dr. Cree page, and I promise I'll get back with you. But go get your supplements. They're there. All supplements aren't created equal. The dollar store supplements are not the same as a physician endorsed supplement line. So you'll pay a little bit for your supplements, but at least you know what you're getting is clean. At least you know what you're really getting, what you're supposed to be getting.
Right.
And so we'd love to have you try the line, and I appreciate you having me. And if you need me for anything else, just let me know.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely have you back. And I'll have the link on the screen. And then also, I'll link it up to my website and Facebook page.
Okay, cool. Well, nice meeting you, and let me know if you need anything, okay?